Welcome to the Autospec Renew video. Today we are at Festival of Speed in Goodwood in the UK with Ian from KALMAR and James from Fellten, because those guys are introducing a fantastic Porsche today. So let's check it out. And Ian, tell us everything about the project, the company and the Porsche itself.
Well, the car is there. It started out as an agreement that fell through because the customer was only allowed to buy a EV, and we didn't have that in the program. So it was like, we had to do this. And like with the rest of the company, it's not enough just to do something. We have to do it all the way. And that then turned out to be the car which is behind us. And together with the guys from Fellten, we've done, I believe, quite an extraordinary
All right,
piece.
briefly introduce KALMAR, what you've been doing with Porsche traditionally.
Well, we call ourselves modern coach builders. So it's kind of each car is individual. We have with an agreement with each customer that we only build one of each car.
Okay.
And we also call it automotive haute couture in the sense that it is like a one-off. Everything is a one-off. But of course, we have a good base that we can build on, like Lego blocks.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done 26 cars so far, but this is the first EV.
All right, and where are you based?
We build the cars in Estonia, and I'm Danish, but we have a very international team.
Excellent.
Suppliers from all over.
All right, let's walk around the car, obviously starting with the drivetrain, but obviously your work goes way beyond the drivetrain. As you say, you're a coach builder. I can already tell the bodywork is fantastic. The windows are flushed, and it goes way further than just converting or doing retrofits. So tell us everything that you typically do and when you started working with Fellten.
Well, as I said, we don't just do a little thing. It's a whole package. We never show a car until it's ready. This has taken more than 2 years.
Okay.
You mentioned yourself the windows. The windows was a part of a big. This is actually the first facelift where we have done a lot of on aerodynamics. We realized that the lift of the car was extreme at high speed, and the windows, the flush windows, helps with this. The entire bodywork is made of plant fiber. Normally we do it in carbon fiber and Kevlar, depending on what you want. Everything is basically bespoke. We have adaptive suspension, we have rain sensor, we have comfort indicator, we have active subwoofer, remote control, alarms, different sport modes control from the key. So it's a whole package, to be honest.
Okay. So what's the process when you start working with a customer? How do they design the car with you? Do they show you what they want, and how long does it take to go through the whole process?
It takes a year to build a car. Usually the customer changed their color wishes several times over the 12 months. We sold a car to a very special customer, and his reaction when he saw the car was, I feel as a car designer, we really invite the customers far in, and not just what color, what seats, but really angles, what headlights, what door handles. And if somebody wants a big spoiler on the roof, if it looks nice, we would consider it. We do have some thresholds, but it is very individual how we build the car.
All right. And before we jump on the EV drivetrain, you do quite a considerable amount of work. What is left of the original Porsche as far as the bodywork, the shell?
On this car, the roof plate, because this customer wanted a sunroof, it was important he had a sunroof. Otherwise, we normally make that out of Kevlar or carbon or plant fiber also. If you notice, there's no rain gutters on the car, which is one of our signatures. It was first introduced in '86 by Porsche with a 959. Roof Yellowbird has it also. And it actually really transformed the way the car is looking. When you look at it from the front, it's like it has no A-pillar, because normally the rain gutter sticks out there. So it makes it very flush, but it's very good for wind noise. It has reduced wind noise significantly. And on this specific car, we have a brand new front look, which is what we call the R intake. It's inspired from the 911R from 1967, which was this lightweight study, and lightweight has played a big role in this one. We actually weighs less than the combustion car.
Even with the EV drivetrain.
with the-
Wow, that's fantastic. Speaking of which, James, you can tell us more about the EV conversion system, how it works, how do you install it, what is the ideal base car to do it? So tell us everything.
Of course, so obviously this is our bolt-in. It's obviously our bolt-in solution. So it's a 62 kilowatt-hour pack, Model S drive unit. So we supply everything from gauges, shifter, marking looms, full installation. KALMAR obviously made some modifications to this system to change their cooling, to make it more
So
efficient.
you design your own battery pack, you manufacture it,
Right.
and tell us about the actual motor and all the other components.
So the motor is Model S drive unit. Yeah.
Is it detuned, or how much power do you
Detuned.
get out of it?
So it's about 500 horsepower max. So it's fairly detuned, but yeah, it's pretty substantial.
Do you have any figures as far as, say, range, horsepower?
So yeah, we're looking at 200 mile range,
Wow.
500 horsepower.
And maybe more important than the range itself is you have CCS charging, so that lets you go all
Yeah,
around
yeah,
the
that's
country.
correct.
Yeah.
You can go and come back. So yeah, it makes a big difference.
Tell us more about what you do to the drivetrain. So, as you said, it's a Tesla Model S motor, but do you do any work in it? Do you change any of the components?
Sorry.
So the motors are of refurbished motors, because obviously can't buy them brand new. So we'll strip them down and replace all the seals and the bearings, bit of limited slip diff to improve traction. And then
So
obviously
you end up with a
reassemble.
brand new drivetrain, yeah.
Yeah, ultimately, yeah.
Yeah. What else is included in your system?
So there's everything to make it plug and play ultimately. So we are covering from gauges, shifters, looms, cooling. So yeah, we're doing the whole package. So it is a bolt-in solution.
How long does it take to install in a Porsche?
So we're looking at about a 5-day for a straight into a standard car install.
Once the car is already stripped and ready to be
Yeah, of course.
repowered.
Yeah.
Yes.
As it's ready to receive the kit load.
All right, chaps, we don't see anything under the hood. So what's up? I just see probably what is a battery pack and a CCS charger. Tell us a
Correct.
bit more.
So we have the battery split. So we have the majority of the batteries in the rear, and then we have 8 modules in the front to split the weight. So it keeps it very similar to the weight distribution of the original vehicle to not take away from the character of the vehicle, should we say. So obviously, KALMAR decided to install the CCS in the rear. So obviously that gives us a 200 amp CCS capability.
So speaking about modules and cooling, could you tell us what type of module you use? Do you use in-house modules?
So we buy all our modules in. They're 6S modules. So obviously we supply our own cooling plates. We install.
And it all comes in the kit anyway, so you don't have to resync anything.
The packs are built, you know what I mean? So it is a plug-and-play solution. There's no building. It's just assembly and install to the vehicle.
All right, let's have a look underneath it. All right, I see a lot of HV cables, a bit of cooling, but it's all nicely tucked in. So how do you manage to put it all underneath the car?
So obviously we spend a lot of time doing our test vehicles to try and work out the best ways of supporting everything, routing everything. So yeah, we spend a lot of time in R&D to make sure everything is, well carried, well supported, and not under tension or in exposed areas.
All right. You mentioned some of the modules are in the front and also the gauges, so let's check them out. All right, so we have the second battery pack. What else do we have under the hood?
Yeah, so we have obviously battery pack, charger, and then we have AC pump. Obviously that's not our usual AC pump location, but that's how KALMAR decided to fare.
Plenty of room in the front.
Yeah, definitely got some room for some luggage.
How do you manage cooling? I see there are some air intakes. You require
so we
more
got,
air.
So we're running a front mount radiator on the right hand side for the motor, and then we will run a radiator in the rear for the batteries.
All right. It also comes with the system you provide.
Yeah, fully included.
All right, Ian, show me the keys.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, so very custom down to the keys. So what's the starter process then?
Well, you put in the key on the left side of the steering wheel.
Easy as this.
No, you actually need to twist one more time to the right, just like you would start the starter motor. That's where you fire up the system.
And you have a very nice set of gauges. As a custom gauges also, you can choose the colors and everything.
Absolutely everything. We can put in the name of the cars in the dials. Some customers have their signature in the dials.
That's fantastic.
So that it is showing that it's a personal car.
All right, I noticed something with the gear lever also.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be an old school Porsche system, so it's a brand new Porsche part.
We call it the lady shaver. It's a 992. It's a 992 gear shift from a PDK.
Nice. All right. Take us through the process of retrimming the whole interior and again bringing personal touches.
Yeah, well, we take the interior very serious. It is what you as a driver or a customer touches and feels and sees, and I don't think you have a 6G television but smell. It has a very leathery smell to it, something that I appreciate, and something that has kind of gone lost in the last years of producing leather, in my opinion. This leather here is sustainable. It's taken from cows that are walking right next to the factory, so we didn't have to move the material so far. We have a semi-automatic air conditioning system, which is then water-based, and we actually use that in our air-cooled cars also. We change warm oil into warm water to heat up the interior. Up there you have a little rain sensor, which you normally don't find in old classic cars, but where I come from, Denmark, rain is everyday thing, so it's kind of nice. We have airbag from a steering wheel from a 996 GT3, and we try to make it clean. I like cleanness, but every surface is handmade, and basically it's leather throughout, wherever you touch, wherever you see. And then over here on the side we have the adjustment of the shock absorbers, which either are fully automated or is manually adjusted how much your pitch, whatever you want.
Okay.
The same thing, this customer was looking for an Apple CarPlay unit, and we made this for him.
It's nicely integrated. Are the seats also from a 996?
Well, this is actually a 964, but the seats are from a 997. So we adapted them. That was what the customer, he liked that shape, the whole feel of the seats, and it is actually a quite modern seating position. We actually adjust the seat frames and stuff, so you don't sit like offset like you do in classic cars. So we do a lot for ergonomics in this car.
All right, Ian, one more thing. Tell us a bit more about the material you use to build the whole shell of the car and the panels.
Yeah, so this is the plant fiber flex, which is a material that were chewing CO2s when it was growing, so you can call it CO2 positive. Cleaning all the others' mess, but it's a very tough material to work with. It's very sensitive. It's very sensitive to humidity. It's not easy to work with. So it's a, let's say, a necessary evil to tell the whole story. Normally we use carbon or Kevlar, which is much easier to work with, but for this specific build, we decided to go all the way and do it. And it's now optional for every customer if they want carbon, Kevlar, or flex.
Okay, right.
And that goes really well with the whole story of this recycling and reusing material. Like the brakes were a set of brakes we had from another build, and we restored them instead of fitting our own, so we didn't have to use energy to make new brakes for this one. Yeah, it's the story we try to tell with this car.
Excellent. Do you offer the EV conversion for G bodies and 964, or is it 964 only for
Only
now?
964.
All right, all right.
We stay with this. Normally our internal combustion engine are 993s, but it doesn't fit packaging wise for the EV. So we ended up doing a 964 for the EV.
All right. And one last thing, how much does it cost to a custom order your Porsche?
So a conversion is 450,000 euro plus taxes. You need to bring a donor car. And then, of course, if you want, I don't know, ceramic brakes, or this car has front axle lift system, that's extra. But you have a car that looks pretty much like this at 450,000.
All right, Ian, congratulations to you and your team. You did a fantastic job.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to seeing this on the track or on the roads around Europe. Do you provide vehicles in America?
We can deliver them to America. We have a dealer in America, Canapa in California. He is representing us in America.
All right, fantastic. I'll make sure to get all the details in the description below.
Yep.
Guys, if you like what you saw today, let us know in the comments below and give us a thumbs up. And guys, we'll see you in the next one.